Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's market debrief. The first we'll be looking at is the S&P 500 index. What we have from the S&P 500 index is that the last night it had a big drop, okay, but it managed to recover towards the end of the closing. Okay, it moved back up, so it only ended like minus 0.6% for the night, last night. Okay, as compared to the Nasdaq was down like 1.85%, which is quite a big drop, and the Dow Jones is green. It's more like flat, but it's green. So meaning to say, it's mainly the tech companies, which basically had a tremendous run for the year, um, are having the one that has a bigger sell downs. All right, so the main thing is that US is coming out with more bad news, big bad news, one after another. Okay, so the first one, which I've shared before, is that the Republicans, they are trying to give a so-called an alternative, basically halving Joe Biden's infrastructure plan, which is mainly more to spend more on roads and bridges. Okay, so ultimately, it's still the big bulk of money is going to be spent on electric vehicles, stations, repairing roads, bridges, and such. Okay, but they want to halve the spending. So, meaning to say, all those big tech companies that deals in chip making, 5G, 4G, batteries, autonomous vehicles, and all these companies are going to drop, and they are mostly listed in the Nasdaq. So that's why Nasdaq dropped much more than the rest. Okay, and another one that's responsible for last night's drop is mainly Yellen's big mouth, saying that US interest rate may have to rise, if the economy recovers, or basically heats up. All right, so depending on which news channel you're looking at, so this is like an indication that they might raise rates. Okay, so that's why markets, investors feel jittery, and they just sell off when the market opened last night. Okay, so that's mainly what happened in the US. Okay, so but if we look at the US futures, at the moment is up, so it's like it's continuing from last night's selling. My guess is basically there isn't a very big so-called force to show that the interest rate is going to rise. Okay, they may have to keep interest rate low for a long period of time, because any rise in interest rate might send I think the whole market into a tailspin, which they cannot afford to right now due to the virus. Okay, so that is what is happening at the moment. What we have in Asia market, we have our Hang Seng market. Hang Seng market is still flat. All right, still trading sideways. Last week, Hang Seng, I thought last week, on these 2 days, I thought it's going to break out already, but instead it came back down. So most likely it's still going to rest sideways. Okay, and still have to wait. Same for the China market, is trading sideways. It's still waiting for it to break this 3,500. And breaking on the upside is this 3,500 is most likely going to continue its upward trend. Okay, but looking at how much volatility we have in the market right now, I don't think it will be that soon. Okay, and also because of the global COVID cases, especially India, and now our Singapore is like in a small little trouble. Okay, so market might be jittery in the weeks to come. Okay, so this is Singapore market. After following the US market, we have been seeing some deeper pullback. Okay, also mainly because of the COVID cases. All right, people are fearing that Singapore might go back into a lockdown again. People are queuing up at NTUC and Sheng Siong to stock up. All right, so we do not know first how bad the situation will be. Okay, but looking at how our first waves have done, most likely is going to move off higher in terms of COVID cases. So we have to watch out in the coming weeks. Okay, so we just have to be careful with our positions. Alright, anyway, Singapore is already long due for a noticeable correction. You can see that in since last year November until now, it doesn't have a real big correction. It's mainly more like a pullback, but it doesn't have a correction like 7, 8, 9 or 10% pullback. Alright, so what I drew here, right, what a 10% correction will looks like, which means to say from the recent high, right, you will have to drop all the way down to roughly 2009 area, which most likely is going to coincide with the 200-day moving average and also the support region done previously in February. Okay, so that's what a 10% pullback will look like. Okay, so if that happens and market is still good, I think it's a good place to accumulate or buy. Okay, so what do we have? We go through some of the stocks we talked about last week. First one is Sembcorp Marine. Alright, I mentioned that Sembcorp Marine needed to break this 23 cents, 22.5, 23 cents for it to continue its upward move, but it seems to be so-called it retraces back just below the resistance. Alright, so at this moment there's a lot of volume coming up, supporting here at about 20 cents area. Okay, so I think that is somewhere the support is 198, 199, 20 cents. Alright, so we would like to see what is going to happen next from here, which showing you this chart. This is the crude oil chart. Okay, the crude oil is making it's more like testing their recent high. Okay, over here at about 66 cents. So so most likely it's going to carry on its rally. Okay, so I expect higher prices, which means to say stocks like Sembcorp Marine, right, might benefit them. Okay, so you can do watch out for Sem Marine. I think the story is not over yet. I talk about Ascenders REITs. It seems strong, and then today come like a knockout punch like that. No one big gap down. The main reason for this is because they came out with a private placement, okay, which is at $294 per unit. Okay, so today was the close. The news came out today, and it's mainly to buy this 75% stake, the rest of the stake. So which means to say they're going to own 100% of Galaxis, which owns the Fusionopolis business park. Okay, so what I do know is that 57% of it is for this acquisition, okay, and about 40% is for the payment of debt, to bring down their leverage from 38 to 37%. Okay, and also do note that they are also giving a distribution 5.63 cents, which is going to ex-date on the 11th of May. Mainly is for those existing unit holders, okay, excluding the new placement shareholders. And also therefore it's like a clean cut. The dividend is meant for the existing shareholders. Okay, so with that, I mean, we expect that if it continues to stay at $3, we're going to expect it to get down like 295, 294 after XD. Okay, so you can watch for that. The main region here, about 290, is the main support region. Okay, so if it comes down there again, you can look to buy and accumulate that region. Okay, last week I also mentioned about SGX. I did not break out the high here about 1064, 1065, and then it started to be red and sell down, mainly because of its dividend. Okay, 8 cents. So mainly, I think investor, what they did is a dividend trade. They bought stuff roughly about $10. They already make like 60 cents, and then they sell off all their position. It's as good as having taken their dividends already. All right. So looking at this, is most likely there's some small support region over here. Okay, so most likely you might starting to see some sideways movement or a small rebound. Okay, so but at the moment I think we can wait on this. Okay, last week I also mentioned about Credit Bureau. It's still trading sideways, a small retracement, but it's still trading sideways, flat way. Main thing we have to wait for it to break this high here, 135, 136, for it to turn uptrend. When I posted the video last week, I've already mentioned that we expect a lot of volatility, a lot of fluctuation in the market, a lot of up and downs. So quite a few stocks has already gone down, like Wilmar, and SIA, all those stocks. Okay, so in terms of long, is going to be very, very selective. Some of the bank stocks in Hong Kong seems to be very strong. Alright, so this is Bank of China. There's some rally over the past 2 days. Okay, it's in a small consolidation, but it's still on it seems strong on the uptrend. Okay, so if it continue to break high here of 315, it might continue its rally upwards. Hang Seng Bank, there's a strong rally breaking new high today. Okay, I believe I mentioned about Hang Seng Bank a few weeks ago. It's trading sideways, consolidating nicely. This is Bancom. Okay, Bank of Commerce also having a rally today. Okay, so these are some of the stocks you can look at. There are also other banks that also have rallies today. So, but these are some of the few that I feel is much stronger because it's on the upside. And we have our OCBC. I believe I mentioned to some of you or help some to sell or take profit in OCBC, mainly because of this line. Okay, this is the high here pre-COVID days, and it seems to be a very big resistance. Okay, and like on the so-called 30th April, we have a very huge rally and a volume spike, and it closed poor. Alright, and today we have quite a lot of selling happening. Okay, so let's go down to the hourly chart. Okay, so this is the hourly chart. This shows the 30th April where the spike happens, and thereafter it started to sell down already. Alright, and then we have a rebound. So this kind of like a mini double top kind of pattern. Alright, and today there is opening. Our first 2 hours is already a lot of selling happening. Okay, and it didn't end quite well. Alright, so I'm expecting further selling or sideways movement in OCBC over the next few days. Alright, bearing in mind that they are announcing a report, their results on the 9th of May, which is coming week or next week. Okay, 9th of May, which is Sunday. Alright, so Thursday, Friday, the latest Monday, I believe the market is going to go down after they report their results, and also waiting on so-called UOB result. DBS has already announced their result. Okay, and so we know that after they announce their results, basically the sell down happened already for DBS. Alright, so I don't know, I expect OCBC also to have a sell down after their results. Most likely it's going to be very good results, so retailers will rush in to buy, but then they'll be like bewildered. How come good results, price still drop? Okay, so the main thing is it'll be 3 months later, then we'll know the next result. And also that's why they're talking about sell in May and go away kind of stuff. Alright, so I'm expecting a sell in May kind of situation happening probably a sideways consolidation or a pullback. For those who do CFD short, this is AEM. Okay, AEM mainly they reported a 63% lower net profit in first quarter, or basically 45% lower in their revenue for the quarter. Okay, so in such a case, right, what I'll be expecting for AEM is that most likely their share price is going to be downtrend for the next 1 year at least. okay, either 1 year or they'll be continuously down for a few months and then sideways and find a plateau. Mainly because their full year results were never going to be, it's never going to match their previous year results. Okay, so previous year results is for the past 1 year has been sterling. Okay, has been great. Continue to beat estimates and all that. So therefore, their full year results is quite good. Okay, so that's why it has ended up the year like up 100%. Okay, so now with the revenue down like for 50%, most likely you're going to be expecting the full year results to be down 50% also. I will expect that. Okay, so which means to say the price should be down also another 50%. Okay, so if for those who have shorts, who can play CFD short, do wait for a rebound, and then you look for opportunity to short sell. So in such a weak market, if we still want to look for opportunities to go long, we can look shares like Genting. Genting has been down for 3 weeks already, so there is a kind of volume pickup today, and it ended up green. Okay, so which means I'll be expecting a small rally or small rebound in the next couple of days. Okay, ST Engineering has been down for 2 weeks, after this XD, and it's been down like solidly for what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Okay, so whichever contra player cannot tahan, cannot hold already, or already sell out. Okay, so I'm expecting the next few days, right, to starting to see some rebound or probably a strong rebound. May squeeze some short sellers out also, so, and it's sitting right at the major support area plus 200-day moving average. So this is somewhere where most people will like cover their shorts or go long or also to do some short-term trading. So do watch out for ST Engineering. I think we are also expecting a bursting of our air bubble again with Hong Kong. Alright, so as I mentioned, SI Engineering, okay, it's been down. Okay, together with the market and together with the COVID, expectation of the bursting of the air bubble, though we still have like another 3 weeks before it comes into effect. Alright, so the 3 stocks are all moving in tandem. Okay, this is SIA, previously was SIA Engineering. Okay, so previously I mentioned here you can go long, rebound, take a profit, and then it comes back down again. Okay, making new low. So expect a few more days of down, before you can find a climax or to go trade a rebound or something. Okay, this is SATS. SATS has been down. Okay, together, so it's expectation that people will not be flying to, or there'll be less flights from India, from Philippines and other countries. Even from Hong Kong also be some lockdown. Alright, so so this is expected for all this so-called transportation news lah, due to COVID. Okay, and of course, some of the reason why Singtel and StarHub was down over the past 3 days is because of this news. Disney decided to shut down some channels. Actually, it's not some it's a lot of channels your Fox Crime, Fox Live, even all your sports and movies and all that, all related to Disney, they are shutting down. So meaning to say, I would say it's as good as over for the pay TV. So Singtel and StarHub will be very badly affected in this aspect. Okay, so in the Singapore side, not much, expect further retracement, further pullback, which we should ready our ammo. Once everything clears up, we should be ready to buy low. Okay, and some of the stocks like in Hong Kong that I'm watching. Okay, China is very big on autonomous or electric vehicle. Okay, so this is quite a drop about 50%, and after this rally, right, it seems to be finding the base here about $20. So if you continue trading sideways, another like 3 to 4 days, at about 20, I think most likely is there will be upside to that after that. Okay, this is Geely. Okay, Ping An has been down quite a lot. Okay, I'm expecting them to reach a full target area about 75. So if it does reach there, right, I will say it might be a good region to look at, to do some accumulation if you are into if you want to get into the insurance industry for Hong Kong, China market. Okay, and at the moment they are giving quite a good yield, about 3%. So if you reach that place, probably 3.5 to 4%. Okay, so do watch out. I believe I've mentioned this probably a month back. Okay, this is power assets. Okay, with Bitcoin and now most probably people are going to be staying at home, using more electricity, binge watching Netflix and Disney Channel. I would say electrical usage will be turning up. This is power assets dealing with clean energy. Alright, so it's been turning up and uptrend, and today it is burst up or continue its rally upwards. Okay, and it's giving you roughly about 5.9%. I think the last time I talked about this was like 6.5%. Okay, so now it's due to the price increase, yes, this yield number has dropped. And this is Hong Kong China Gas. Okay, dealing with gas distribution utilities. So this is a very big so-called base pattern. Alright, so recently it has rested, and then today there's a breakout. Okay, so this is more like a turning up situation. Okay, turn of trend, and with more lockdowns coming up, I don't know. I was just looking at this. This is JD Health. Doing telemedicine and such. It's building a base here right now at about 117. So if we continue to do like a rounding pattern, it's more like a cup and a handle pattern. You can look for a breakout here about 130, for it to turn uptrend. So you can watch for this.